This is Primetime Game Time, and today we're diving into the fastest growing crisis in modern sports. A crisis so big, it's forcing every major league to rethink how the game is played and who you can trust. Sports betting is exploding, and with it comes scandals that are getting bigger, stranger, and harder to ignore. A college coach linked to prohibited wagering, referees placing tens of thousands of bets, a UFC fighter released immediately after suspicious line movement, and an MLB scandal that opened the floodgates for everything that followed. Stay until the end, because the most shocking part hasn't been revealed yet. MLB, the spark that ignited everything before any major headlines broke. There were signs, odd bets, suspicious timing, data that simply didn't fit. Then MLB made a historic decision, issuing a lifetime suspension to Tucupita Marcano for prohibited wagers, including ones involving his own team. But this wasn't the final chapter. It was only the first warning that gambling risks were spreading far beyond baseball. When the NBA blew up, the NBA became the center of a major federal investigation. More than 30 individuals connected, reports referencing organized poker operations, illegal betting schemes intertwined with insider information. Two high-profile names, Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, were mentioned in the investigative discussions. Though allegations require proof, the story opened a massive conversation. What happens when injury news, the most valuable info in betting, becomes weaponized? Imagine a starter's questionable status, shifting thousands of bets in seconds. The lesson: the line between sports strategy and betting influence is thinner than ever. 371 referees, one country, total chaos. Turkey's Pro Basketball League faced a staggering discovery. 371 officials had betting accounts, 152 placed wagers. One referee logged more than 18,000 bets, several bets tied directly to games they officiated. This wasn't a scandal. This was a systemic collapse. Detention warrants were issued. A club president was pulled into the investigation. Fans demanded justice. This became one of the largest referee-related gambling crises ever documented, and a global warning about what unrestricted betting access can lead to. The UFC's suspicious fights, UFC Vegas 110, a night filled with sharp eyes watching the betting lines. Hours before his match, Isaac Dolgarian's odds shifted dramatically. He went from favorite to underdog. Fast, he lost early. Was released shortly after, and integrity monitors immediately flagged the fight for review. Sportsbooks noticed. Analysts noticed. Fans noticed. In combat sports, perception is reality, and this one sent shockwaves. The real problem: sports betting is a $100 billion industry in the US alone. It's in your apps, your broadcasts, your stadiums, your news feeds. But while leagues profit from partnerships, athletes and officials face enormous pressure and temptation. Here's what's fueling the rise in scandals. 1. Leagues promote betting, but punish participants. A contradiction fans and players constantly debate. 2. Organized crime sees a new revenue stream, not by fixing games, but by exploiting information leaks. 3. Instant betting tech makes mistakes immediate. One tip can become a major violation within seconds. This isn't just a sports story, it's a cultural shift. What's coming next? Leagues worldwide are preparing for a new era. Expect AI-powered fraud detection, stricter league punishments, more transparency around injury reporting, More government investigations, more staff suspensions, more scandals breaking in real time. Sports aren't just games anymore. They are financial markets. And when the money rises, the stakes rise with it. Now here's the cliffhanger. But here's the part no one is talking about. Behind the scandals you do know about, there's another investigation underway. One involving names, teams, and leagues that haven't hit the news yet. The documents are sealed, the details are hidden, but early reports suggest something much bigger is brewing. And the moment it breaks, it won't just shake a league, it will shake the entire sports world. A new power is shaping sports. Every scream in the stadium, every highlight on TV, every moment fans live for. There is something else buzzing beneath it all. Something bigger than a team, bigger than a league. A force quietly changing the DNA of American sports. Sports betting.
Only on FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Prize Picks,
Underdog,
Hard Rock Bet, Sally Bet,
PointsBet,
ESPN Bet 365.
Smack me in the mouth with all of it.
And as this billion-dollar industry rises, athletes are being suspended, coaches fired, programs investigated, even global superstars pulled into scandals they never saw coming. This isn't rumor. This isn't conspiracy. These are documented events unfolding right now. What began as a wave of legalized betting has now become a crisis touching every level of competition. And the aftermath? We're only beginning to understand it. How betting companies took over the game. It all began in 2018, when the U.S. Supreme Court struck down PASPA, clearing the way for legalized sports betting across the country. Within years, over 30 states had opened their doors. Billions poured into the market, and betting companies didn't just want bettors, they wanted influence. DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, they signed massive, multi-year partnerships with the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and major networks. These weren't simple sponsorships. These were integration deals, league-authorized data, in-game odds, branded segments, stadium kiosks, exclusive tech access. This was not marketing, this was embedding. And as betting companies gained deeper access to viewing data, fan behavior, and predictive analytics, they became a new kind of powerhouse in sports, advertising, psychology, and in-stadium betting. Watch any major game today, and you'll see it. Odds on the broadcast, betting commercials every break, analysts discussing spreads like stats. Even stadiums themselves are transforming. Betting lounges, kiosks, team-sponsored promos. Critics say this normalization blurs the line between fandom and gambling. Supporters argue it's just part of the modern experience. But something else was happening. Something no one saw coming. Athletes, the people who were supposed to stay farthest from gambling, were getting pulled into the storm. The athlete gambling crisis begins. The first major shock hit in 2022. NFL receiver Calvin Ridley was suspended for violating the league's gambling policy, placing bets while away from the team. His own phone, his own account, instantly flagged. The ease of detection raised a terrifying question inside the league. If this case was caught by accident, how many others were slipping by unnoticed? In 2023, the floodgates opened. Multiple NFL players were suspended, some for 6 games, some indefinitely, as league investigations ramped up. The message was clear. A growing number of athletes were crossing a line that had been bright red for decades. Sports integrity wasn't under attack from the outside anymore. It was being tested from within. College sports spiral. Then came the college meltdown. In 2023, The University of Iowa and Iowa State launched large-scale investigations into athlete gambling activity. Over 25 athletes across football, basketball, baseball, and track were implicated. Some used betting apps. Some used family accounts. Most were under 20 years old. Teenagers with scholarships and futures on the line. Hiding bets they didn't fully understand were traceable. Lives changed overnight. When coaches get involved, the situation escalated again when Alabama's head baseball coach, Brad Bohannon, was dismissed following an inquiry into suspicious betting activity tied to an Alabama game. A sportsbook flagged an unusual wager. Integrity monitors alerted authorities. The trail led back to communication involving Bohannon. For the first time, a Division I head coach became part of a gambling investigation. This wasn't isolated players anymore. This was leadership. The Ohtani shocker, then early 2024, delivered a headline no one expected. MLB superstar Shohei Ohtani, the most globally recognized player in baseball, suddenly found his name linked to a gambling scandal involving his longtime interpreter, Ippei Mitsuhara. Federal investigators later confirmed Ohtani had no involvement in betting and was a victim of embezzlement. But the incident exposed a chilling truth. Even a disciplined superstar can be blindsided by someone within arm's reach. If it can happen around Ohtani, where else could it be happening? Why athletes keep getting caught? Athlete betting cases exploded for 4 key reasons. 1. Betting is everywhere. Apps, advertisements, influencers, stadiums, unavoidable. 2. Technology tracks everything. Sportsbooks flag, IP addresses, phone numbers, bank transfers, geolocation, pattern recognition. There is no secret betting anymore. 3. Lack of education. Many athletes, especially at the college level, never receive training on betting policies. 4. Stress, culture, and curiosity. High-pressure environments. Teammates experimenting. Money everywhere. Temptation finds cracks. Leagues scramble to respond. NFL strict rules. Zero tolerance. No betting inside team facilities, even on non-NFL games. NCAA, more education, harsher punishments. MLB increased monitoring, closer partnerships with integrity firms. NBA advanced data surveillance. Leagues understand something crucial. If fans lose trust, the entire foundation collapses. The new era of sports, power, data, and profit. At the same time, sports betting companies continue expanding their influence. Exclusive league data, in-game promotions, advanced predictive models, massive marketing deals, stadium presence, media partnerships. This creates a feedback loop. Broadcasts promote betting. Fans bet. Sportsbooks collect more data. Leagues profit from engagement. And the cycle repeats. Critics warn that the deeper betting integrates into sports, that the harder it becomes to separate the game from the gamble. The future. Scandals, where regulation and uncertain trust. Experts agree. 1. More scandals are coming. As access expands, more violations will surface. 2. Now regulations must evolve. Clearer rules, education, oversight. 3. The integrity question is not going away. Fans are asking it now more than ever. Can I trust what I'm watching? And leagues know the answer to that question will shape the next era of sports. This is the combined crisis. Betting companies woven into sports, athletes violating policies, coaches under scrutiny, college programs shaken, superstars blindsided, fan trust wavering. Sports have entered a new era, one defined not just by skill, heart, or competition, but by influence, by data, by money, And the deeper betting sinks into the game, the more the future becomes uncertain. Because if this is everything happening on the surface, what secrets are still hiding underneath? What happens when a scandal doesn't involve an athlete, or a coach, or even a staff member, but someone with real power inside the sports world? And what if that moment is closer than anyone realizes? Smash subscribe to join the tribe and stay ready. Because the next chapter, it's bigger, it's bolder, and it's coming faster than anyone expects. This is Primetime Game Time.